Well, a bit of an early one this morning. Main reason is just to get the bar right, high tide right now. So I want to get across that bar before the tide starts running out. It should make it a bit more comfortable. And we've got about a 6-hour trip today up to Trial Bay. Weather should be good. I just had a look at the forecast and it's saying 11 knots from the southwest, so it should be a pretty pleasant trip. Not much wind here at the moment. So we better start getting organised to get ready. First thing to do is fire the engines up and warm them up a bit.
Well, we don't wear skimpy bikinis. Hell, it frightens me when I take my shirt off. There's definitely no one pregnant here. This is motor sailing for old dudes. We do live on a boat and we do cruise extensively along the Australian coast. Join us and visit some great destinations. Learn how to look after a boat and live off grid. It might even get you enthused to do the same thing. Hey, stay out there till you can't.
What I can see, it looks like the bar's pretty reasonable, so we're just at high tide now. I've just got the last bit of the run in. And a good time to cross. So we'll get on these leads and see how we go. It looks a lot flatter this morning. I'm glad I did that one with the last bit of the run in, because it probably would have been a bit worse with the tide running out over it. And once you get out to sea, you can see it's pretty nice out here. A bit of wind would be good now and give us a bit of a lift. What I'll do here, I'll set a course up to head north. Well, this is all pretty good. Bit of sail out, getting along 6.6 at the moment, fantastic. home for a bit of brekkie, I think. Looks like it's going to be a pretty ideal day out here to make a few miles, but we'll get up to Troll Bay. I think the weather's going around to the north for a day or two, so we'll get to Troll Bay, and this afternoon I'll use the high tide there to get into the Macleay River. Well, the wind's dying, and we're just about up to, this is Smoky Cape we're just passing, and we're just about up to where we've got to turn the corner and go around into Troll Bay, so I'm just going to wind the sail up, I think. Well, it's been a good trip, and I've just altered course to come round Laggers Point, round the corner into Troll Bay. We'll get out of this swell that's out here. We could hang in the bay tonight, but I think I'm going to try and get up into the river. I'll have a look at the bar cam in a minute, but I won't be able to do that until later this afternoon when the tide's a bit higher. So we'll get in around, this is the old jail at Troll Bay that we're just passing now. I'll get round under the old jail, we'll anchor up and have a bit of lunch, I think. Well, it doesn't always go as planned. I was going to try and climb in across the bar into the Macleay River this afternoon, but the swells are still pretty well up, and yeah, the bar's working pretty badly. So we're quite comfortable here in Troll Bay. The swells are rolling in, but it's not too bad. I'll be able to sleep in this, and I've decided to stay out for the night and have another look at it in the morning. I'm a bit sick of jumping off waves and surfing into places, so we'll have another look at it tomorrow, and even if I have to wait another day, I'm prepared to do that. The swells are forecast to be coming off, so about 2 metres today down to about 1.2 I think tomorrow, so we'll have another look at it and just enjoy the serenity of being out in Troll Bay, I guess. Sunset in Troll Bay. Well, up pretty early, just going to go and have a look at this bar. There's a couple of trawlers heading in, so I might even be able to follow one of them in, which would be good. I just watched the trawler go in, and he's gone right along the beach and in. I think there must be some calm water on the other side of the break in front of us there, so I'm not sure whether I'm going to go and have a look at it or just go in on the leads. Just notice another boat coming out, and he's obviously coming out on the leads, so I think that's the way I'll run in. Okay, I've got the leads now. There's still a bit of break on here, eh? good thing about crossing bars, you put in a bit of effort doing it, but you get into great spots like this. Calm water. There's a pontoon just over here where I can tie the dinghy up. There's a tavern just up the road. You can get a meal, you can get a beer, and yeah, it's just a great spot. So that's why I cross bars, to get into these great little spots. That wasn't a bad crossing this morning. The bar was still working, but I'm glad I left it last night and did it this morning. I think it was a bit better. And hopefully the swells are going to die out over the next week or so. Wombi's on her way back, so she'll catch up with me here, and hopefully the swells are gone by the time we're ready to leave and head to Coffs and then up to Yamba and the Clarence. Anyway, time for brekkie. I'm a bit excited. I'm heading over to the pontoon to pick Wombi up. She's come down from Byron, all fixed up I hope, so be good to see her, and maybe she'll jump back on the boat and go a bit further north with me. We'll just see how it all pans out. Anyway, it'd be good to see the girl again, haven't seen her for a little while. Who's this? It's Wombi, and it's Teddy boy. Hello, little fella. Hey, it's Teddy. Go on, mate. Oh, you're glad to see Normie. You're a good boy. So good to see you. Beautiful evening here in the Macleay River. It's a lovely spot. Some of the viewers have asked me to show them how I tie the boat up when I come into a jetty when I'm on my own, and I'll do that. The other thing is, it's all about, when you're travelling on your own on board a boat, it's all about being ahead of the ball game. You want to be prepared. What I've just done here, I've just set up my snubber for my anchor, so that when I get round the corner here, when I drop the anchor, then I can just come out the front, snub it off, and I'm anchored. I don't want to have to wait. It takes me probably 3 or 4 minutes just to set that up, and I think it's a good idea to have it all set up ready to go before you drop the pick. So it's all about preparation. If you're coming into a jetty, first thing you've got to do is get your fenders out. Now you can do this an hour before you get there, so when you're out here and there's nothing to run into, nothing to worry about, I get all my stuff set up. I get my rope set up on the boat so that when I get to the jetty, I can just throw a rope around a cleat on the jetty, and I'll show you how I do that. And I've got a proprietary line that I'll put on, and that will control the boat. But it's a matter of being set up beforehand. You don't want to get right up to the jetty and then think, oh, I've got to put my fenders out, because then you're in close quarters, you'll be amongst other boats, you'll be near the jetty, and that's when you can have problems. Next week, at last, we get a calm trip out across the Macleay River bar. We have an overnighter and travel up to the Clarence River, where we have another calm bar crossing. We head straight up river, have the bridge opened at Harwood, and meet up with old friends at the Macleay Jetty. See you next week, dudes.